You are now tuned in to the recap with the GoodFellaz podcast.
Real topics, real talk, real entertaining.
Yo, check this out.
But since we're on this topic, yo, there's deeper levels to this. We talked about this one situation from a female's point of view. There's several questions that come from this. The first one is, what defines being a hoe?
What?
I guess another question after that would be, how many sexual partners would you consider too many?
Come on!
And then another question would be, is there a difference between a dude and a chick as far as being a hoe and body count? So we're gonna unpack all those questions in a minute, because like I said, this is, to take this further, that was easy. Let's get real. So fellas, since we're on the subject of hoism, what defines being a hoe? When is the body count too high? Is there a specific number? What do y'all think? Big A, I'm gonna start with you.
Damn, you said a number that's too high.
I'm just saying. Is it 3? Is it 10? You know what I mean? At what point are you looking at the chick like,
let's be realistic.
What are you?
Like Shah said, we are in a very sexual society now. So what used to be considered a lot in the past is kind of common now. Being, everything is so hypersexual. So a number that is more like you know what? I can't answer that question because everybody is different. So to give a number is to put a stigmatism on somebody. And in the same way, in the same token, Tommy, this goes back to your answer. Mm-hmm. This is somebody insecure who wants, if you want a number, why? Like, why does it matter? If I'm being upfront about what I was, the key is what I was, not what I am right now, then why should the number matter? Like a number that I think that's
you get real political right now.
No, I'm being real honest. Like,
no. I get what you're saying.
That's really, really irrelevant to ask somebody a number, because now you're digging for something to, like you said, you want to throw back in an argument. Like this is something you want to. This is not information you want to share if you're being honest about whatever. And then if somebody was a hoe, honestly, they're really not going to keep account of the body count. Let's be realistic about it. I'm gonna be really realistic about it. Like if somebody's out there being buck wild and doing whatever they want to do, however they want to do it, whenever they want to do it, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to necessarily keep a whole track of every, like realistically, a real number. Like they're not going to keep a real number. Like they can have fun, do whatever, but like
every single one.
No, but what I'm saying is, no, Big A, I get everything you're saying, right? But this is, we're not even in, like, we're just saying, just us personally, right? Nobody in particular. We're not judging. Like, this is just us talking right now. How many, what does the body count got to look like before you're considered a hoe? I just off the top.
Personally, I don't have an answer for that. I don't have an answer for that.
So if a chick smashed 20 dudes, is she a hoe or not?
How old is she?
Let's say she's our age. Let's keep it generic because nobody needs to know our age.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. Like, nah. This is our age. Nah. She's just experienced.
Okay, all right. So 50. You a hoe? I'm just saying, like, we're not talking about anybody in particular. We're not talking about anybody. What'd you say?
I mean, honestly, like, hoe-ish. That's hoe-ish.
Okay.
That's hoe-ish, but like 50. That's a hell of a lot of experience. But at the end of the day, it's not about the number. It's who the person is, because like people change. You know what I mean? Like people get second chances. So, I mean,
would you wife a chick who smashed 50 dudes?
I'm sure there's plenty of people who have wifed chicks that smash 50 dudes. Like, I'm being realistic. Like, you don't know the woman you marry. The woman you marry is not the woman that she was in the past. So you honestly don't know how many men she smashed. Let's really be realistic about that. You know what I mean? Like,
but if you knew,
for me to say no, I wouldn't. This is bullshit because you don't know who you're gonna meet. Like, you don't know who you're gonna meet, and you necessarily not gonna know their honest truth of their past. So I can say yes because you just don't know. There's probably plenty of women you would never imagine that probably had their whole phase and they ran through mad dudes. Like, let's really be honest. I have female friends that have told me some wild shit, like some really wild shit. But you would never know that about them because you're not let into that part of their lives. And to the public eye, they can be they look like innocent people. They look like innocent people because they don't put themselves out there. But behind closed doors, woo, boy, they put Janet Jackney and Gina Jameson. Yeah, they put some of them ladies to shame. You know what I mean? And they didn't get paid to do that. So, but man, so I can't say I wouldn't because you don't know. Like you just said, you just don't know.
Yeah.
Like you said, Tommy, more is less. Like, more is less. So in reality,
less is more.
Yeah, less is more. Excuse me. Yeah, the electric talker. Less is more. But in reality, yes. I'm gonna answer you yes.
Okay.
You just don't know. You're not gonna really know. You could be dating. You could be you could be engaged to a woman who had a past like that, but she's not gonna tell you. You know what I mean? Until she feels comfortable about it, and then she still might not tell you all of it. You know what I mean? She might say, "Yeah, I might have had 15 guys." Man, she might have had 70 guys, but you ain't gonna know. How you gonna really know? You know what I mean? How you gonna really know? You know what I mean? Let's just be honest about it. Like, yeah. So yeah, the answer is yes. Like, yes. Like the person who she was back then may not be the person who she is right there in front of you.
All right, fair enough. Shah Montana,
what up?
What defines being a hoe? At what point does the body count get to a point where you're like, yo, you're a hoe?
Well, I mean, y'all know me. I try to live my life by the Bible.
Well, Solomon had many wives.
Okay.
Yeah, and the wives didn't have many husbands.
That's right. That's right. You had one husband.
More than one is technically, if we're going to be going by those standards. As far as I'm concerned now, I live with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta adapt at the end of the day. Like, this society, the way it is, everything is sex. Women are practically encouraged to do their thing.
Yeah. Whatever.
So, I try not to be judgmental and, oh, you're a hoe at this point, whatever. You had your whole phase, The way I deal with the question of is a woman wifeable or whatever is what is she doing now these days? You know what I'm saying? Because every woman has a history, like I said before, At the end of the day, like, you gotta live with it now,
Yeah.
Women for years, and you know what? To look at it from their point of view, there's been a lot of men that have told whatever they had to say to get them in bed, whatever. So, ultimately speaking, I'm willing to deal with a body count because who the fuck doesn't have a body count in 2022? If you just don't make me look crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Just don't make me look crazy.
Just don't make me look crazy. Don't be sitting here lying and shit. I don't believe in that. With all due respect to you, Tommy, I don't believe in that less is more. Bitch, tell me what the fuck is, you know what I'm saying? Don't make me fucking walk into a room and shit and look stupid. You know what I'm saying?
And there's 3 dudes giving you that side eye like, word.
Like, I fucked your bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? like I don't want to deal with that without at least knowing, like, okay, you got history here in this room, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
So let's say 30. Let's say for some reason, right? You trust her. She gives you that number, 30 dudes. You rocking with it, or is that kind of hoish?
All of that shit is hoish. Technically, if you want to be real technical.
Okay.
Like I said, by my standards, biblical standards, yes, all that shit is hoish. But you just have to adapt, or otherwise, what the fuck are you going to do? Like,
true.
Where are you going to find a wifey material at? Period.
Especially after a certain age.
Bro, after 18, you can pretty much guarantee the body count is more than one. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is.
No doubt. Karev Yah, What defines being a hoe? And how many sexual partners are too many? When does the body count get too high that it becomes, that you cross over into hoism territory?
See, I'm going to talk from how I was taught. I was taught by men who used to go overseas and do lots of stuff, especially during the war. You know what I mean? A hoe is not just somebody who has sex with people. A hoe is somebody who sets people up for sex or robs people during sex and all types of shit. Like I said, this is deeper than just having sex. It's your
Cardi
connections. It's your connections, and it's also how far you go. Because being a hoe doesn't mean you're a prostitute. It's two different things. You see what I'm saying? As we just gonna keep it on sex partners, look, I'll just be blunt, honest with you. If your girl had a lot of sex partners, but she's not on video, you're fine. Like I said, it depends. It depends on if you're in the same area all those people are around. Because one thing about men, and I'm sure y'all women know this, and if y'all don't, then I'll teach you. Men are more bitch than women. A lot of facts. And a lot of men pillow talk, a lot of men lie on their dicks, and a lot of men just try to look good to make another man look stupid. You know what I'm saying? And if a man has sex with a girl and he's bold enough to tell you that he has sex with your girl, that man don't respect you from the door. So like I said, it goes to your maturity. How many partners has she had? Who gives a fuck? I really don't. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's not something that should not be on any man's mind. It depends on his maturity. Because like I said, when you get to a certain age, you keep holding out for that one chase female, you're gonna be gray as hell not able to have kids nowadays because everything's so sexually overzealous. We got transgender M&Ms now. Like, what? Come on, yo. Like, we have so much stuff that has to be sexual oriented that there's children having sex in elementary school. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, with the phone and everything, depending on her age, you have to think about that. Now, unless she on video on her knees with around 20 niggas beating their meat off in their face and shit, then don't go crazy over it. You know what I'm saying? If you really love your girl and she tries to tell you, you don't want to know because you focus on your girl and what you got, not who she was. I agree with Big A on that one. Because like I said, unless your girl's on camera, and we've seen famous people leave their women off of videos circulating the net, listen, if she's not in that category, you fine. But if you are strong enough to be like, nigga, I'm dating Kiara Mia, like Big A said, Mia Khalifa, hey, Jimmy Garoppolo went out with Kiara Mia. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, there's different levels to this whole thing, because if sex makes you a hoe, then everybody hoes, because everybody's done something for some butt. So I don't want to hear shit about that or nothing else. Just be mature enough to know that whatever you get into, walk with it the entire way and don't bullshit. That's all I'm going to say.
What's up? Shout out to my man Karev Yah. It's your boy Tommy Gunz. Let me see how to answer this question. You guys have actually all given really good answers. What defines being a hoe? At the end of the day, well, we're going to separate this into two parts. Being a hoe is as much a lifestyle as it is how many people you slept with. Because we all know there's certain chicks, certain females, and the way they walk, the way they talk, the way they carry themselves, that bitch a hoe. You know what I mean? Like, it's in everything that they do, how they carry themselves. That's the chick you want to stay away from. Let's keep it 100. By our age, by a certain age, you've sowed your royal oats. You've dipped and dabbed in the pool. You know what I'm saying? So first things first, reputation wise, if the chick got a rep, leave that chick alone. To me, the rep is the most important thing. You know what I mean? Because by a certain age, like, come on now. Like, first of all, we don't want no chick that ain't never been. I personally don't want a chick that ain't been with nobody. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You want to have her to have a little work, but at the same time, any chick I've been with, like, I've never asked. First of all, I don't have to tell my side of the story, but you know what I mean? At the same time, like, I've never been like, oh man, like, that's never been a question that's been on my mind. Like, if I'm with you and I'm dealing with you, it is what it is. I'm not insecure like that. And further, you don't want to know. some shit you just don't want to know. Once it gets in your mind, it's all downhill from there. As long as the chick doesn't carry herself like a hoe, it's whatever. In a perfect world, if we're talking perfect world hypothetical, which doesn't exist, if she could keep it under 10, that'd be great. You know, let's be realistic. Any more than 20, you're kind of in hoish territory to me. It is what it is. This is all hypothetical because at the end of the day, we're going to like who we're going to like and we're going to be with who we're going to be with. And if you're with them, they should be carrying themselves in a certain way. You don't want to know. You don't want to be in situations where it comes into play and somebody's over there looking at you, giving you the head nod like, word. If you don't have those problems, if you never come in a situation where somebody's like, yo, that's your girl, then you all right. Shout out to all my ladies out there. Be very careful. Nobody's saying don't do your dirt, but be very careful because once you play in dirt, you get dirty. I'm just saying. So I think that's the best way to answer that question. Like I said, in a perfect world, if they could keep it under 10, whatever. But once you start getting past 20, I don't know, hypothetically speaking. But like I said, I don't ask, I don't need to know, and I damn sure ain't telling my damn self. So, I mean, it is what it is. So real quick,